I cannot begin this video any other way than me finally saying my praises for Aurora. I'm so glad he finally got accepted. I know he's been trying for years, and I'm so glad him and Kid got accepted into Clown College. TRI-BRIGADE! Famous for being an extremely combo-focused Link combo deck, and being the reason YuGiOh got another shot into its sternum. But it's impressive how you look at anything in the past 2 years, it's like never been touched past tier 1, but the deck was aggressively popular in 2021. And we jump between Pure, Zodiac, Lyrilisk, and so many other builds, even today, that it's shocking that we barely ever see it anymore. And I'm just the one to tell you what happened to TRI-BRIGADE.
Doing it right. Am I doing it right? Doing it right. Am I doing it right?
Let's first talk about TRI-BRIGADE's first release, Phantom Rage, which was released on November 5th, 2020, and the set is well known for supporting several different strategies, as well as revealing TRI-BRIGADE to the world. Each card in this set presented Tri's primary gimmick, which is to banish material in the graveyard, to Link summon equaled the amount sent, but they also had a more unique effect to help extend with each of the monsters. If Nerval is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Tri monster, but not another one of itself. Fractal can send itself from hand or field to the graveyard to summon another level 3 or lower Tri Beast at all. Caress allows you to discard another Tri Beast in order to summon itself from your hand, which is all very useful for extending. The payoff to most of this was mostly the many links that the deck had, but to show off the main two right now, Farragut, the Barren Blossom, and Shireg, the Ominous Omen. Farragut allows you to special summon another Tri-Beast monster, forcing materials used for links this turn to be only Tri-Beast, but if it's sent to the graveyard, you can draw one, then place one card in the bottom of the deck. Meanwhile, Shireg is your true boss. If you or another Tri-Beast is special summoned, banish a card on the field, and if he is sent to the graveyard, add a Tri-Beast from deck to hand with a level equal or lower to the number of banished Tri-Beasts. This creates the main combo to TRI-BRIGADE, creating many Tri-Beast links, making Shireg easily, but TRI-BRIGADE doesn't like people prepping for it. If you knew TRI-BRIGADE was going to be at an event, you could set up a lot of easy graveyard specific hate, much like any other previous popular decks, to shut it down instantly. This would not be the last time, obviously, that a graveyard deck would be one of the best decks in the game. At least it's not like that in Modern, is it? Thankfully, this is the last time a graveyard deck would be as prominent as it was as TRI-BRIGADE, and it definitely wouldn't be like this with today's format. Now, despite all this, the deck, much like every other modern TCG released archetype, TRI-BRIGADE would need another wave of support before they could push into a meta threat, and Blazing Vortex is here to help us with that. Being released in February 21st, 2021, gave us one of the best pieces to TRI-BRIGADE's big soup pile kit. If they are sent to the graveyard, you can send a TRI-BRIGADE name to the graveyard, accept another kit, and now that we have kit, we can explain what the combo is actually going to be doing. Start by activating Fractal, pitching to grave Kit then sends Nerval, and then Nerval adds Caress to hand. Next, normal summon Caress, activates effect, and banish 2, letting you summon Farragut. Finally, you can summon Regal with Farragut and Caress as material, giving you a link 3, and Regal, by the way, it's just a way to bring back another body, going into Shireg. They had one more way of support before they're actually very famously seen in the competitive scene, which was in Lightning Overdrive. Released in June 4th, 2021, gave us Bearbrum, the Rampant Rampager. Farragut was the only good link to we had before, but thanks to Bearbrum, you also had multiple other lines you could now go into if you wanted to have a way to bring back one of your banished TRI-BRIGADEs instead of having a way with Farragut to make another boss. Alright, let's talk about event tops. Nicholas Gonzalo G placed top 4 at South America's remote dual YCS using a pure variant that can easily go into an inboard and even being repeatable, but that's not what the deck could do, and you'll see that a lot with 2021 decks. In August, Adele M was placed runner-up at the DE Remote Duel Extravaganza with Zodiac TRI-BRIGADE, a deck most famous for being so annoying that I don't need to explain what Zodiac does in this video. For those players who have never seen it before, understand that if you think Snake Eye was bad, Melfi TRI-BRIGADE, one of my favorite builds of the deck, piloted by Paul J, reached top 8 at PPG Origins in October of the year. Using Rescue Rabbit and Melfi Puppy to create a more material to link into Access Code or Apollosa, if you were dumb, getting one up again when we get the beautiful Destiny hero Phoenix Enforcer. Phoenix Enforcer TRI-BRIGADE was piloted by Jack Roddy Steenkama, or Quantal, which reached second place at Netherlands WCQ Regionals. Like most decks around this time, everyone was kind of playing the DPA engine, making Verte Anaconda with 2 spare material to make DPA on the inboard. Did this help? Yeah, but did it remove a ton of non-engine space? Yeah. Finally, on November of this year, we had the most famous version of the deck, piloted by Tubbly Boo. TRI-BRIGADE Tri-Brigade Leerlist reached top 8 at LCS PAX tournament. Using level 1 Leerlist, you have an easy engine to make Big Zeus, which, now that it's out, had a big way to pop the whole field if needed, or create back row hate, or just go for a game while still being able to do normal Tri-Brigade plays. This year overall was really great feat for the Tri-Brigade, but because of a ban list in 2022 removing the Samorg Linked 4, the deck kind of fell apart, but people do still like this deck, and they did not want to stop trying it. Power of the Elements came out and arrived, and with them came sprites. You may have forgot about them because your element was so powerful. Another way to search Kid, having your revival mechanic with Sprite Elf, and letting you bring back your Link in level 2s with Kid or Fergit, plus Gigantic Sprite. Paul Alston piloted this build for September 17th, 2022 during the Philadelphia WCQ Regional, and reached top 8 with it. But this is now the point where Tier Elements arrived and Kashtira both came out back to back, causing the state of game to be really just horribly designed. A graveyard deck that was so heavily more restricting like Tier Elements caused people to play Tri-Brigade way less, and when Kashtira arrived, causing people just to play Dimension Shifter if they were wanting to try to play the game. Tri-Brigade just couldn't keep up with all of this and just started fading away slowly. I hope we get a structure deck one day that's like a way to fully break this deck back into the game. Maybe give a few sparks back to its bonfire. Maybe even a king to their fire? Fire King was released as a structure deck, and by themselves the deck is very well designed in a low scale format, but also their current most powerful deck in the game with Snake Eyes. But what if you don't have a $1,500 to drop on a single deck that'll be banned in like a month from now? Well, you could play Fire King Tri-Brigade. Both decks, mostly because of Kit, blend together in a perfect way, either getting easy ways to set up Kieran and Garunic, or setting up link climbing using Tri-Brigade. Diego Caro reached top 8 at Cancun WCQs recently in January 6 with this build. So where's Tri-Brigade now? In general, the deck has just had a few ban list hits that just cause the deck to bring down way too much power and remove some unfair mechanics from them. It's also mostly just been power crept by every other deck made since then. I hope they do get a wave of support that actually matters, because most of their recent waves have just been a single card that does not extend their combos or create new ones. It just helps with the inboard. I don't know, give them like a branded fusion for links. I think that'd be funny. Anyway, I'm gonna go play Meadowlands. See ya.